Hey everyone, this is Tonia Haddix.
And this is Amber Renee.
And you're listening to the Chimp Crazy Lady Show.
We
are live. I was to say, we are live. We actually are in Missouri. Amber came to visit, so it's kind of nice to have her around, actually. It was a good day. And then we went out to eat at, what was it called?
H Frog?
Yeah, oh.
H Toad.
Yeah, Horny Toad, that's right. It's a on the lake pub bar and grill, so we all ate there with the girls, and it was a good time. So it was fun. But yeah, no, she's learning the Ozarks, which is quite different. Like I told her, we're on lake time here, and we just have to get adjusted to it. Everything's slow paced, and you can't hurry anybody up, and that's just the way it is. So we just have to live with it. But anyways, I think she's adjusting quite well. So we've just been doing some crazy stuff, like we carved a pumpkin today.
Yes, that was great.
It was fun
because you have a pumpkin patch going on here at the safari. Currently.
Yep, and then her daughter was down, and she's 5, and so she wanted to carve a pumpkin, so that's what we did. It was fun, and then we went to the safari. So we just had a pretty good chill day, and so we decided we'd try live on our podcast this time. I don't know if Amber said anything about Joe coming on. Joe Scheibel.
No, I haven't said it. We mentioned it last podcast that I just put up. So
yeah. So when is it? What?
Joe is wanting to call in next Monday.
Okay, cool. So that will be exciting. So we want to promote him.
Yeah.
Because he probably has a lot to say. If I know Joe.
Yeah. I saw some of the things that he's been saying online, and just about the prison. A lot going on there that's not healthy or humane, really. Yeah,
like scabies. I've seen that.
Yeah.
And they just needed reform, which I've said that all along. So. Because, I've been to the Fed Med prison out here. I was a nurse student to do a intern there to do clinical. So
oh, really?
Yeah, it's Springfield. So, yeah. Enlightening, let me tell you.
Really?
They just finally closed the one in Jeff City, the prison there, and built a new one because it was so old and horrible. They tried to get me to work there, and I wouldn't do it. But anyways, that's beside the point. So, yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me they're keeping humans in these horrible conditions like this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Human primates?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Is PETA upset about that?
No, they could care less. They just care less about if you've got an animal that they think belongs someplace else that doesn't. And I noticed the other day, I wish I had my phone, but Center for Great Apes posted their night cages. And if you look at per square footage compared to the chimps that go into those night cages, Tonka had a mansion. So I thought that was kind of ironic.
That's a good point, because I remember you mentioning that their night cages were
identical. Identical. But like I said, they have more chimps than one chimp going into those night cages. So they said they had like 80 of them, and I was like, they have like 100 and some chimps, so at least 2 per that cage, and that was not any bigger or much bigger than what Tonka had downstairs.
And so your night cage for one single chimp was not appropriate.
Right, per PETA. But
yes,
per
exactly.
USDA regs, yes.
Yeah, I'm saying it in a sarcastic way.
Yeah, exactly. No, truth. But I just find it to be ironic, but they support, those globally federated sanctuaries where the chimps, but, they have to be locked in under certain conditions, but that's okay if all that takes place, but not if you own them in private ownership. So I found that to be ironic, too. Speaking of prisons. We're doing our Halloween contest. How's that going as far as getting...
Oh my gosh. It's actually going really well, and we collaborated with a reel on the one I showed you.
Yes.
There are some really good entries. So if you are going to dress like Tonia this year, you really have to tag us and use the hashtag, because we would love to see it. and you can get featured on our podcast.
Yeah, because we're excited about that, because there's some pretty good ones, I have to say.
Yeah, like really creative and funny.
Yeah, they are. And I have to laugh. It really makes my day to see them, actually. So it's pretty cool. And then we're also doing the drawings to where they're available.
Oh, yeah, the drawings. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Anyways, and Chimp Crazy, and I can't even remember which episode, they had me do a sketch pad where I was to draw my dream pony, because I wanted 4 white ponies. So I found the sketch pad. I found the original drawing because I wasn't sure if I held on to it or not. So we do have it. And people were offering to buy it. And to be honest with you, I can't draw for shit. It's basically a stick figure. But anyways, I think it turned out okay. But this is exactly what I want on my pony wheel. I wanted 4 white ponies with the unicorn thing, which we do have this down in the pony ring for Amber, my pony, not Amber here. Just to clarify that. Yeah, just to clarify that. So, but anyways, it all came together. But long story short, we are offering individual drawings that are specific to you if you choose to want one. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is go to
our Etsy.
I didn't know where.
So it's Etsy. It's Chimp Crazy on Etsy, and so you can order a custom drawing, and then we will be selling this one on auction.
Yes.
So we'll notify you when that goes on. We'll notify you on social media.
And so anyway, so you could do that. So if you want a private drawing, and I will autograph it for you, and I'll personalize it to whoever you ask for. So just put the request in. Amber gets them to me, and we'll get them out as quick as we can. So far we've done pretty good. That's
quite a bit, and we just started it. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
And so we already have 11 orders. So that's great.
So, but I'll draw anything. It doesn't have to be an animal per se. You just try to tell me what you want. Now, it may not be what you think it's going to be, but I'll try my very best. And whatever colors or whatever, we'll try to do our best to, make it to where you enjoy it. We're looking forward. There's a lot of happenings going on. Other than that, I don't know. I always wanted to take something that we learned. Now, like tomorrow, I have an appointment tomorrow morning to do Botox, so I'm so excited about that. But wish you guys could take that journey with me. But it is what it is. But anyways, so I always look at new procedures or new things that they're doing. I don't know why. It like I was telling Amber's daughter today, because I said, we were talking about clothes, because she says she has a lot of clothes too, and that she kind of likes to shop too. And I said, okay, I do too, because it's retail therapy, right? If you can't go shopping, then I like to go and look at something new procedure-wise. So we were talking about that they have this new drops, which is not new to everybody else, I'm sure, because I always find out about it probably last and foremost. But anyways, there's some new drops that came out that widens your eyes. So like if you go to an event, you drop them in your eyes and they make them huge. And they stay that way for like 8 hours. So I thought it was amazing, because like if you squint, because I do a lot.
I do too.
So they are amazing, and I'll have to give you a vial, because Candy, my Botox girl, convinced me to buy a box. So I did. I've not used them because I always don't think about that stuff, but I have a box, so I'm going to give you one and let you try it, see what you think.
Oh, yeah. We should do a review on that.
Oh, would that be cool?
Yeah.
I was like, that would be cool, but it's cool.
Because I'm always like this, and people even make fun of me because I'm always doing that.
Isn't that crazy? I do too. I'm like, why do you do that? But anyways, it is what it is. But I just thought that was kind of a cool new product that they do.
That is cool. I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah. And like I said, it's temporary, but you can do it every day if you want to. But I just thought if you had an event to go to, or, you didn't sleep good or something, that might be a good product to have, just to carry one vial on your purse and be done.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've regarding Botox, I was looking into that, and I heard that It's even been listed as some sort of a cure or solution for depression.
And like
because it prevents you from like making frowns and like angry faces.
Yep.
And so just making those faces actually affects your mood.
Yeah.
And so when you can't make those faces, it's like you're forced to be positive.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I did know that it helps for migraines and different neck injuries and stuff. People have used it for years for that.
And TMJ.
Yeah. So I do know there's good things, positive things for that. But I didn't know about the depression and about moods. Well, we'll have to see if that does work.
Yeah. You'll have to report in next
if I'm
week.
nicer, yeah, so say if I'm nicer or not.
Your, I don't know, bad bitch videos you were doing today, like I love those. And the picture, we gotta upload those.
Yeah, I don't know what possessed me, but I was there was a monkey group that's really been like real negative. And I'm just like over it, because it's the administrator of the group. I'm just like over her, and so I went ahead and just did a few videos this morning because I had my sloth and I was just holding Sydney, and I was thinking, they were saying Sydney was gonna die because I offered a little piece of cake. So I just did a video about that because Sydney was just clinging to mom and she was so happy and content, and I was like, well, she's not dead. But anyway, so I said, I'll put that on my private page. And I decided not to. I get in those little crabby moods in the beginning, and I was like, I'll do it. And then I'm like, no, I won't. And so then I sent it to Amber. I uploaded it and sent it to Amber. And then I did another one, which I have not uploaded to her yet. But I tried to send it. I did send it to my friend Penny, because Penny had a rule for me whenever I was dealing with PETA. PETA would do something really awful to me and Connie or to the chimps, and I would be rah, 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 and she'd say, remember 24 hours, because I would get on there and I would type a text to him and I'd be like telling him off. You know how I call him Pee Wee Herman and all kinds of names. Well, it was really bad back then because he was constantly doing something stupid. She made up a rule for me that I had 24 hours before I could contact that person, period, and get myself back into check and make sure that that's something I really wanted to send instead of like rushing to do it when you're really pissed off. But it had been 24 hours this morning, actually, because it happened last night.
Yeah. So you waited the allotted amount
of time. But I still was mad. So I was like, okay.
So then that's worthy of doing something about it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to share it because it's not, but I even made these crazy, because I don't usually, I'm expressional, but not that much so, but I was like, for real. And I didn't hold back the cuss words or anything in the second video. So I was like, okay, I'll show Amber. So we decided we are going to upload them.
Yeah, I think they're valuable videos for everybody. And also that rule, waiting 24 hours when you're like livid, upset, triggered about something, like I think that's really good.
It is for me. Because
really emotionally mature.
Yeah, and my personality is I fly off the handle, but then I get over it and then I'm okay. So a lot of times that 24 hours does a world of good, because then you're like, oh, it wasn't even worth your time, that type thing.
Yeah, some of those things you're so upset about in the moment, or maybe you're just having a bad day, and then you wait and you're like, I'm glad I didn't say anything.
Yeah, because I can be horrible in that moment, and I'm like, oh, that mouth runs. So I'm like, don't do it. Because then it saves a lot of friendships, probably. There's some pretty rude people out there.
Oh, yeah. And every day we get some really negative, toxic comments. But the majority of comments have been really positive and supportive.
Very much.
And so we really look at those and we really appreciate those.
Oh, I do. And any positive she sends me if I don't see them. But just like, I'll give you an example. This weekend, Sunday, we had to close down the safari early at 1:30 because we were doing an outreach petting zoo at a local pub here that we visit, at least once a week, Old Tommy's. And we had to get, the sloth and stuff over there. So it was funny because I had to lock the gates or shut the gates because people were keep coming because normally we're open till 5, and I was like, oh gosh. And we didn't want to post it too early. We were doing that because I didn't want to hinder our business for Saturday, that type thing. So as I'm getting everything ready and we're trying to get our last customer through the safari to get them on the road, and then us take off right behind them, there was a line, and I promise you, a line of cars like 5 or 6 deep sitting at the gates trying to get in those gates. And I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, so some people called me while I was trying to drive out and said, hey, are you guys open today? And I said, well, we closed early because we're doing an outreach at Otommy's. And they're like, where's Otommy's? What's Otommy's? So I gave them how to get there and whatever. Well, it was Chimp Crazy fans. They had driven a long way to come to see, Tonia here. And so I was like, okay. So they showed up at Otommy's. All of these girls, and as soon as I got out of the car, because they were already at Otommy's, but time I got out of the car, they were screaming, oh, it's her, and, oh my God, we love you, and can we get pictures? And, I said, sure. So I spent time with those. But anyway, so then they came over to do pictures with, like, the sloth and the kangaroo and that type thing. But anyways, they stayed, like, forever, just being grateful that they could come to Otommy's, because I guess once I told them no, they went ahead and left, but then they seen where Otommy's was, we were doing that, and they found Otommy's, even though they're not from this area, just to come see us. So, that speaks volumes, and I really told that was a gnat, sis. I wasn't swatting at you.
No, I saw it too.
Okay, because I'm not imagining things. It's kind of funny because I was like, wow, because that's pretty good.
Yeah, that has to feel good.
We had somebody from Arizona fly in to come.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy.
But I believe it. You're a great person.
Well, I was shocked. I was like, okay, but they did. They brought their family, and they came from Arizona, and one from Oregon.
Wow.
So, we really feel fortunate that they're coming into the safari, and that's just that crazy kangaroo.
Yeah, she's hanging around.
She's wanting that straw hat. We ought to put that on her head. That would be a cute picture. Anyways, I think of things all the time with these animals, but she's just chewing on a straw hat that belongs to my capuchins. But long story, because there's a bin back there full of monkey clothes. I leave them because people borrow them all the time, and that way they're available for me to hand them out to people. But no, I think it's amazing the outpour of support that we've gotten. I mean, honestly.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, things have been really picking up too in regards to that, in regards to the positive.
Yeah, and I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I want to be available to actually be a people person. I want to tell you this little story too about Walmart. I already told you.
I was gonna bring that up. I was thinking of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Not yesterday, but the day before. I shop Walmart to buy the produce for all the capuchins and stuff that's here, and I was just strolling with a cart full of produce, and this guy I was going down the main aisle before you hit like the frozen sections and all the other aisles that goes this way, but I was going down that main aisle, and then like over here is clothes and that type of stuff. There's this guy that was standing there with this cart, and I mean literally snapping pictures, but it was like paparazzi style. And I mean, he had his camera way up high, and I was like, okay. Now, he didn't stop me, he didn't say nothing, but he was snapping right and left, and I was like, okay, that was a little weird, a little uncomfortable, because I have had people approach me and want pictures, and I'm great with that. I say, oh, sure, and they're like, thank you for being so nice, but they always say, can we get a picture? Do you mind if we take a picture? Oh, no, this guy was doing...
And that feels good. If someone's like, hey, I really appreciate you, I'm a fan, I would like a picture of you, that feels good to you. But someone just sneaking around while you're trying to do your thing. But it almost made you feel like he was a creeper. Yeah.
Just was like, wow, really? Because that made you feel like how paparazzi does people, and I was like, that was weird, because I'm just normal. I mean, just like whenever people come in the safari, I'm the first person they see because I'm at the cashier's desk, and as soon as they do, some of them open the door and scream and say, oh, oh, she's here. It's Tonia. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that stuff because I would be excited. They said, forgive me, I'm starstruck. And I'm like, where? And they're like, you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm learning that type stuff. And that is happening more and more as I go out.
I mean, even when I met you at, what was it, Tommy's, someone came up and asked to take a picture of you as you were leaving. So.
Yeah. And that happens a lot around here because they're like, well, that one guy peeked his head in and said, you're a local celebrity around here. And he said, you're a celebrity. And I'm like, okay, I don't think so. Because Sherry gets very embarrassed, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of celebrities are like that, too. Like, obviously, they just want to go out and, like, enjoy their time. They don't want all these random people coming.
That's probably true.
It can be a little awkward, especially if you're shy.
Yeah. And I used to be very shy, and I know everybody, because even my husband's like, no, you aren't. I just always have been, because I've been awkward. But for some reason, once I got monkeys, it kind of like brought it out of you. And then once you dealt with PETA, it really brought it out of you, and then you don't care.
Yeah, you just started speaking your mind. You had to, really.
Yeah, you do. So people just shout out what they want to shout out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
they have no shame about it.
No, they don't. Especially keyboard warriors, and I can't help but call them that because that's what they are. Because like I tell them, come visit me. Because
they won't tell you, to your face.
Yeah, come visit me and tell me that because then we might have a problem. So I'm like, whatever. But anyway, so other than that, I don't think of anything else we've been doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's everything, yeah.
But we thought we'd try this live, so let us know if you like this, because we may be able to do just that. She's the techie.
I am a computer geek.
Yeah, so she will have to figure it out. But I do see those really cool guys like Howard Stern and all them that have all the cool headphones.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, even some of the podcasters that
I have some of that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. I'm thinking we need to ace it up, but... Anyways, let's see if you guys like us enough to keep us on, and let's see how that goes. And if so, we may have to just work on that just a little bit. I'll put her to work and let her figure it out for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too much of a stretch to meet up, really.
Oh, no, because I could even fly. Because, I have all these crazies running around, kangaroos, I mean, you never know what you're going to see at Tonia's house, right? Well, anyway, so... but I just, after going and eating and going shopping for these kids a little bit at Aldi's and then coming back and feeding the whole tribe, I was like, I'm worn out. So she offered nicely to come over for an hour and do this. And like I said, I couldn't do it without her. She's a great support. So guys, just bear with us. But if you'd like to see a topic or would like to see something going on the podcast, as long as it's legit.
As long as, it's appropriate.
Yeah, we're not Gen fans only, because everybody kind of got pissy at first whenever they said, hey, she's running on that documentary. We realized she didn't want it, but now that she's got it, she's trying to make, millions off of it. First of all, I did not make any money off of that documentary for myself. And so, like I said, it's been difficult with the attorney fees and that type of stuff. So I decided, yes, everybody seems to appreciate the docuseries. Well, not everybody. Well, yes, because even if they're negative, they still appreciate it. It's just a negative side. But there's a lot of, exactly. It gives them something to discuss and curse somebody,
Bitch about.
Yeah. But furthermore, it just helps us to be able to get my story out. And that's the biggest thing, getting my story out. I have got to let people know kind of some of the stuff that happened to me. Just like with the U.S. Marshals that actually came to get Tonka. There's so much stuff that was done to me not right.
But you feel like someone who's heavily scrutinized, and no matter what you do, it's scrutinized.
Yeah. And
you're doing things that are good for you and good for your business, and after they took everything from you and painted this horrible picture of you, of course we got to turn shit into fertilizer, right?
Right. Yeah. And that's all I'm trying to do, because if you had haters out there, you would want your story to be told too. I'm sorry. So they can say I'm greedy, that I'm this... whatever. I don't even care anymore, because I'm to the point where I'm tired of everybody putting a label on me, because you know what? I'm still the same person that I've always had. I love the primates. It's obvious. you know, I've been accused of all kinds of stuff, and in a few more weeks, we're going to discuss some of that stuff.
And yeah, just using this as a platform to tell your story. And there's so much more that you guys don't know. This stuff that comes out every week. Because they were filming for 3 years. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you don't know.
A lot of stuff. And that's why we have got to get it out there, because if you guys are going to judge me from the little bit that you've seen, or if you guys are gonna you know, call me all kinds of names and make fun of me and that type stuff with just that you know, little tidbit of stuff, I think you guys deserve to know the whole truth, and then you guys can form a true opinion. And then after that, then I'll feel at least at peace, like I was able to get my version, my truth out there. And like I said, I always implore anybody, don't take my you know, side, or don't take my word for it. Whenever I tell you something, there's either a legal document to back up what I say, or there is
a text.
Yes, a text that I have, or something that can prove my story. I you know, because I've been you know, actually tagged, or because I you know, told PETA that Tonka passed away, and he really hadn't, so now I'm a big fat liar. And so with that said, I don't want people to take my word for it. I want them to see it themselves, so that they know. And if they want to check any of it out, it's in the Eastern District of Missouri Federal Courts. You can pull documents all you want. Every document, it's listed from 1 to, I think there went up to 300 some documents. You can find anything that I have to say on there, or again, we will print off the text, and we will share the text, because I'm tired of people assuming, thinking they know things, think they know me, and doesn't give me a chance to just be me. And
and that's a great part of the podcast too, and the social media, is that people are getting to know who you actually are, right. not the edited version where they're trying to prove some motive that they have, or agenda. Just the literal version of who you are. This is just you hanging out in your house and who you are. You're not being coached or edited or cut to fit a certain agenda.
And I wear the same clothes, you know, it's not like
the same dress.
I'm not wearing makeup.
Casino.
I'm just me. This is me, and that's what I want people to know. I'm not this hoity-toity, I'm not like whatever, and I'm not this like, I don't know what people's perceptions are sometimes, and I do love the primates, so yes, I have animals around me all the time. It's facts. Ask her. There's a kangaroo that just hopped that way, there's one hopping that way,
and they're well taken care of animals and well-loved animals, and she's like a really good person, giving person, loyal person.
So we just want to get it out there. And I appreciate Amber taking the time to invest in me to get it out there, because I couldn't have done it without her. So that's where we're at. But we just want to have fun with it.
And I couldn't have done it without you either, because you're like the inspiration. So
well, we're going to get it done. And like I said, questions. Anytime we have a podcast, if you guys have questions, put it in the comments. Can they comment?
Yeah, they can.
Put it in the comments, and we'll hit it on the next podcast. We'll answer them so that you guys stay involved. And other than that, I think we're good for the week, right?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay.
And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week with Joe Exotic.
Definitely with Joe, and we're going to have a lot of fun, because Joe and I go way back, because he had told me he was leaving the zoo and that type of stuff. And then he had said, I had sent him another message like a week later to ask him if he was okay, and no response. And that was because that was when the federal marshals, or whoever it is that arrested him down in Florida, I believe, you know, they had got him, so he couldn't respond, obviously. But yeah,
I have a lot to add about Joe, but I'll wait until next week.
Yeah, because that way, oh, definitely. So we're super excited. But anyway, so
yeah.
All right. Until next week, have a great week, and chimp hugs to you guys, and be safe.
Thank you for tuning into our podcast. We will be releasing new episodes every week on Monday. You can also check out Tonia on Cameo, and you can buy our merchandise at chimpcrazylady.com or on Etsy, with more places coming soon. Thank you.